Okay, namaste, mighty companions. Namaste. It's a little bit sunny, but I'm going to see if I can just do this for a few minutes without my sunglasses. Maybe not. Here's the thing. For those of you in the Yoga Off the Mat group, I have been profoundly inspired by our last conversation. And it has got me to thinking about the second quality of God's teachers from A Course in Miracles, which is honesty. And we've been talking about core belief, and if you're familiar with core belief, then you have a sense of this concept that what you think manifests what you feel and then your behaviors. So the things that you think about, and what we've been doing is going deep into the core, like what is the core thought, what is the core error that your mind has made and has embraced, and what kinds of feelings do you have when you think like that, and when you think like that and you feel like that, how are you showing up in the world? What are your behaviors? Hi Summer, namaste. So I wanted to talk to you guys just a little bit about this because there's this beautiful piece in, and I have my book right here, on honesty in A Course in Miracles. And there's just a couple sentences here that I want to read. So, only the trusting can afford honesty, for only they can see its value. Honesty does not only apply to what you say. The term actually means consistency. There is nothing you say that contradicts what you think or do. No thought opposes any other thought, and no act bellies your word, and no word lacks agreement with another. Such are the truly honest. At no level are they in conflict with themselves. Therefore, it's impossible for them to be in conflict with anyone or anything. And I think this is really important. Hi Marie, hi Summer, I'm glad you're here. Because today I've been really reflecting on honesty. And I think that the way that the world has set it up, it's like we're honest in terms of what we say. We try and be good people. We try and serve in the world. We try and be great mamas, good wives. I mean, we try, right, to do all of those things. But it's very difficult to do that on the level of behavior if our minds are stuck in old patterns of thinking. So in terms of honesty from A Course in Miracles, hi Marie, it really does speak to this idea that we must clean our minds from the thoughts that belly other thoughts. So we might be honest. We might think we're being honest in the world. We might say something like, I love everyone. But we might go into the grocery store and get in line and be really not in love with the person in front of us because they're taking a really long time. And this is how the Holy Spirit teaches us in life, in our everyday moment-to-moment experiences. So if you say that you love everyone, then even at the grocery store when the woman in front of you is taking ages, it's an opportunity for you to remember that thought that I love everyone. And in that moment, to let time expand, to be patient, and to learn the lesson that is present for you in that very moment. That is honesty. That's how we're honest, that we're not in conflict with ourselves. We're not trying to do so many things at the same time. And I think we all fall into this trap of we've got so much to do that we don't have time, Marie. I'm sorry, Marie. I don't have time to meditate, or I don't have time to pray. There's a weird bug on me. I don't have time to be peaceful. I don't have time to write. I don't have time to journal or practice yoga. And that's true if you believe it. It really is. It's like if that's what you think, then that is what you will manifest. So all change wants to happen at the level of thought. We've got to learn how to think differently. We've got to learn how to come out of those core beliefs, out of those really heavy thoughts around there's not enough time, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, or whatever it is. Hi, Sarah. So I just wanted to come in here. It's Monday, and every Monday I get really kind of all right, what's happening this week? I love miracles. I'm all about miracles, which are shifts in perceptions, which are ways in which we can change the way we think about things. So this week, I think it's really important we make time for anything that's important. Right. That we make time for ourselves this week, that you really create some space. What page is that on? Honesty. It's in the manual for teachers. It's towards the end of the book. In my book, it's page 14 in the manual for teachers. So there's 3 parts of the book. So take time for yourself, and let's try and be more peaceful. Let's try and be more honest. Good, Marie. I hope you like it. And text me if you have any questions, or write me if you have any questions, because I'm going really deep into this stuff right now, and I really feel compelled to share it with all of you mamas out there and all of you spiritual humans that are trying to, be good people in the world. Sarah says, I love A Course in Miracles. So great that you're creating your most precious life. Thank you. I really am. But today it is about honesty. It's like, let's not say I don't have time, and then say I care about myself, or I love each other, or I love other people, or I'm taking good care of my kids. I don't have time for myself, because that's not really honest. Time is for you. Time is cruel. A Course in Miracles teaches us that time is cruel from the space of the ego, the space of your mind that is insane, the part of your brain that is constantly anxious and uncomfortable and disempowered. But time is very kind to the part of your mind that resides in reality. And that's the honest to God's truth. I mean, that's the part of your mind that we're learning how to identify with more than the other part. A Course in Miracles also teaches us that we accomplish so little because our minds are not trained. And that some of the people in the world that have accomplished the most have accomplished a fraction of what's potential in all of us. So, how to move into that space of being unlimited, to being super productive, to really serving on a high level in your family and in your professional expression, it's being honest. It's being honest. It's creating the space to move, to breathe, to be peaceful. Even 5 minutes in the morning, A Course in Miracles says 5 minutes in the morning is enough to ensure that the Holy Spirit will order your thinking for the day. It will literally reorganize your mind and reorganize your thoughts. So, for example, when your child starts screaming uncontrollably at Target, or doing something really weird, or someone cuts you off in the car, or whatever triggers you, you're slower. Your response is slower. You're more honest because you're more settled into the peace. You're not so deep into the reaction of, I'm trying to get things done. I can't get everything done. I'm trusting that makes sense. If anyone's still with me, give me a little thumbs up. It makes perfect sense in my mind. I'll give you a great example before I finish. So yesterday I was washing the dishes, right? Everybody washes dishes. And it was so interesting because I had this moment of like, I don't want to wash the dishes. Haven't you felt like that? Like you're like, I don't want to do this right now. Like, I don't want to clean up this kitchen. And it was so clear, this voice in my mind. It was like, you might as well love it. And I thought, well, that's interesting. That certainly was not my train of thought. That was not my natural way of thinking. It was like, all right, well, I might as well love washing the dishes. And I go, okay, I'll love washing the dishes. It's only going to take however much time in time. So I'm washing the dishes, and I start to feel this, like, lightness come up. Like, I started to feel so much lighter because I started to realign my mind to love, to gratitude that I had dishes to clean up, to gratitude that I had such a beautiful morning with my family, and for whatever reason everybody was happy and peaceful at the same time. And that energy of gratitude really invoked this very creative part of my mind. And it was like I started to really feel guided. I finished the dishes like in no time, because the whole time I was doing the dishes, I was feeling really present and really grateful, and my mind started producing really beautiful thoughts, and those beautiful thoughts created joyous feelings and excited feelings and peaceful feelings. And then when I was done with that, my behavior in the world was to like open up my journal and start writing. And what was coming out was like so beautiful. It wasn't even my own mind. It was like the highest part of my mind was literally directing the movement. And this is what we see when we develop our spiritual muscles and we start to really work out our minds, if you will, and we start to be vigilant and we start to be a little bit more disciplined in not allowing our minds to go a little bit cuckoo, right? Always bringing it back to love, bringing it back to the present moment. What happens is this most like magnificent takeover. It's like a takeover. It's like all of a sudden spirit starts to direct your movement. Spirit literally starts to work your hands and feet. When I step out of the way, the part of Marie that doesn't understand, the part of Marie that's annoyed, the part of Marie that has other things I need to do or whatever, I start to be guided in a very divinely inspired way. And it has brought so much peace into my world, guys. And I just want to share that. I'm literally on a mountaintop right now. I don't know if you could see the ocean behind me. I'm with you guys from the top floor of our beautiful house. It's like this house manifested when I stepped out of, I'm trying to find a house, and the nervous energy of, I want to find a house, I want to find it close to the kids' school, I want to do this, I want to do that. Literally, I had this meditation the night before we found this place, and I let it go. I go, all right, Spirit, if we're meant to move and we're meant to have a better house, I know you'll bring it to us. And I'll tell you this, literally the next day was the last day, this was in June, of our children's school program. And one of the moms came up to me and she was like, I'm really trying to get rid of our house. It's such a bummer. We've got to sell it or rent it. You know, something to do with this piece of land and da-da-da. I'm like this whole like story. And I go, oh really? We're looking for a home. Where is it? And she pointed, like the children's school's over there. She pointed. She goes, it's right over there. I go, oh nice. What's it like? She's like, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. It's brand spanking new. It's gorgeous. We built it from scratch. It's a beautiful piece of property. It was like, really? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And then she goes, well, do you want to see it after the kids, we finished this ceremony thing where we were all wearing white. That's a whole other, it was so cute. I was like, absolutely. And then of course, this is how things work in reality. This is what it's meant in A Course in Miracles, that miracles occur naturally as expressions of love. When miracles are not occurring, something has gone wrong. And what's gone wrong is that we're trying to usurp the power. We're trying to direct and control, when really it's about letting go and being led by our higher mind, our higher consciousness, the part of our mind that is eternally connected to its source, that never falters. And this is the vigilance, this is the discipline, this is the idea of honesty, where if we're really honest, we're saying, okay, I have thoughts that are misaligned. On one hand, I'm thinking I love, 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 and on the other hand, I'm thinking, right? This is what we come to yoga on the mat for, and this is what we practice yoga off the mat for a deeper sense of alignment in reality, in the thoughts of love. And the practice is that which is removing the barriers to love's presence within us, whether it lives in our bodies, in our cells, or whether it lives in our mind, or it's in our external reality. And this is what we're all about when we practice the rocket, when we meditate for 5 minutes in the morning, when we study A Course in Miracles. It's about being vigilant, about being disciplined, about learning how to really embody honesty. And the state of honesty is without conflict. And I'll read just one more sentence for you. Ready? The peace of mind which the advanced teachers of God experience is largely due to their perfect honesty. So no one at one with himself can conceive of war. There's no challenge to the teacher of God. And this is it. Like, there's no challenge. There wasn't a challenge in finding the house. There wasn't a challenge in washing the dishes. Those things are not challenging when we're honestly present to the part of ourselves that is eternally connected to love. Okay? That's what I wanted to share. Hi, friends. I see a couple more of you came on. Hi, Rocket Yoga Manaheim. I am going to write you back. I did get your message on Messenger. And I'm excited. I think you're in, is it Germany, doing the yoga? Doing the rocket? I hope you come to Mexico and study with us a little here. It's beautiful. So, Summer, I can't get enough. I'm glad you're still with me, Summer. I thought maybe you had to tap off. I know that you're busy. And this is partly, for you, honey, because I know that there's this like real desire to be of service in the world, and that is such a beautiful thing. But with that desire, there's a surrender. There's like, all right, there's a beautiful prayer in A Course in Miracles. It says, you wake up in the morning and you say, where would you have me go? What would you have me say? And to whom? So it's like this real communication that is so essential for us to have a peaceful life. We can't have a peaceful life unless we're connected to spirit. A Course in Miracles teaches us that it seems like we have many problems, but really we only have one. And that one problem that we have is our separation from our Creator, our belief in our separation. To the extent that we believe that we're eternally connected to the energy that holds the solar system in place, we're good to go. We're powerful, we're intelligent, we're guided. And when we're not in that place, the only thing that is required of us is to ask for support. Close our eyes, take a moment. If you're not feeling peaceful, take a moment. All right, what is this about? What is this about, Spirit? I'm about to blow it, right? I'm crazy here. Like, I was a few weeks ago getting super triggered by my little man. He's 3. And he's transitioning out of naps. So he gets this like time of day where he literally just cracks and starts crying and he can't be consoled and all of these things. And it was like, it would really trigger me. And I was getting really annoyed and really angry and really frustrated because I couldn't support him. And so I asked for help. I asked for guidance. I was like, what is it I can do? What is it I can do? And the response was, love him through it. Just love him. Just sit down with him, read some books, be present to him. Stop making him wrong for being 3 and tired, right? And it was like, it was a few weeks ago, and I'm telling you, ever since then, him and I have been like on such a better vibe, on such a better playing level. And this is what happens when we start to give our lives up to the greater good, to the greater intelligence, to God, to Source, whatever you call it, whatever you can be at peace with. That is the ultimate goal of a spiritual practice, is to simply be at peace. And you're at peace based on your feelings. If you feel that you're in peace, then you're in peace. If you feel off, if you feel anxiety, if you feel discomfort, that is the time to feel it for sure, and to ask for what is it trying to teach you in this moment? What is it that you're resisting? What is it that you're afraid of? What is it that you're unwilling to look at? And that takes space, that takes honesty. That's like, okay, my thoughts are not aligned. What is it I can do in this moment to come back to my center? And center is divine correct alignment, divine right order. It's when you're downloading, your channels are open, your chakras are open, everything's spinning, everything's aligned. And then from that place, it's all good. All right. Lots of love to you guys. Let me give you a good view. Let me see. I hope you couldn't see my whole body. I'm like totally. We rarely wear clothes here anymore because it is literally so hot. But look, this is the view. That point right there is one of the most amazing surf spots in the world. So we cannot wait to welcome you back if you've been here before or here for the first time. Here's my book. I don't know if you can see it, Course in Miracles. I love this book. It's just taught me so much. I swear I could like sit around and just read it all day and be happy. But that's that. Lots of love. Thanks for I'm coming to Mexico. Yes, you are, Summer. It's going to be fantastic. Look at this. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's so beautiful. So I love you all, and I trust that you'll have a wonderful week. Takeaways this week are: be honest with yourself. If you're in conflict in your mind, what needs to be healed? How can you realign to love? Ask for support. Start to really nurture the relationship you have with your higher intelligence, with spirit, because that's where all of your problems will be solved. We like to think that we can solve some of them and then we'll pray or give the rest to God, but really it's about giving it all up. It's so much easier that way. Lots of love to you guys. Bye for now. Namaste. You are such a blessing. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I love you guys. I'm so excited to be here with you. Bye.